Hello, everybody. Yvonne here from Lakeshore Wellness, and I am here today with the very lovely Adrian Lee. Adrian Lee is based in the UK, and he is a healer, Akashic record clearer expert, and we're going to talk about stuff that he's coming to Ireland. He has facilitated events over the last number of years to literally thousands of people. And we are very lucky that he's coming to Ireland in July. We've got two events coming up. And I want to talk to Adrian today about these events because these events are obviously very beneficial to people, but it's part of a bigger, I suppose, planetary mission, if you like. And I wanted to chat to him about his own experience, what these events are about, what has inspired him to start doing these events, because he's been traveling around the globe, I suppose, in the last couple of months. But do you want to share with us, Adrian? First of all, maybe introduce yourself and just share with people the inspiration behind these events that are happening in July, 6th and 7th of July.
Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm so grateful for you for facilitating our event in July on both days. So my as I understand it, and a lot of information has come in, particularly the last year. Now, many people will know Diana Cooper, and when I did an Akashic record training for her, she's been training clearing for 40 years, she literally said to me, she'd come out of this trance after I was clearing the records, and she said, "That was the deepest clearing I've ever had. We need
Wow.
to get you out there." So I was very fortunate to do the Portugal event with her last year. And last year I trained around about 300 people to clear their own Akashic records, and they will then also be able to help other people clear their Akashic records. And it's amazing. I mean, what gives me joy is when you get all this beautiful feedback from these people that have done the training. And like, this, I mean, you'd have to look on my website, all the testimonials, the reviews of how people have jumped forward and how they've also jumped forward in their business, whether they're doing it just for their family or they're actually running a business themselves. I used to be an energy healer of a certain modality, and when I learned how to clear the Akashic records, what I'm now calling the super subconscious, because I don't even want to limit it to Akashic records, which is our database of all of our lives,
Mm.
because there's so much we don't know. And the way I have put the package together to clear the records, you don't need to be intuitive, because I've come up with a system that if you just follow the system, it does everything anybody needs.
Yeah.
But if somebody is intuitive and they do connect really well, they can use their own system of connecting with someone and what they want to clear. So I'm very free with what I love is that the people that have learned how to clear the Akashic record so far, they've taken it to their level.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you've got to do it this way and that's the only way. No way. There's so many different ways. But what I do is like, it's a huge, massive base that if you just followed it, it works. But then you can take it to your own way and add things in, or take something out, what you don't like. And that's what people are doing now. So that we're doing that on the 7th.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people like to do that in person. So we've got a number of people booked in on already on that one. So we'll do all the training live, and obviously it gives you the opportunity to ask questions as you go along. You get all the packs to go away with. I think it's about a 30-page pack. There's a load of frequently asked questions that I send out afterwards, and then we do some follow-ups as well. So
Yeah.
it's really comprehensive, but also it's not limiting, because so many people have taken it off in their own directions. And I think I had a couple of people go, I was a Reiki healer, I was doing 2 or 3 sessions a week. And with the Akashic records, they've then gone and booked in like 10 people in a week. So
Brilliant.
it,
Yeah.
it's kind of a different level. I know that I know we said we like talk about the energies and the frequencies right now, but things are moving so fast, aren't they now? You know,
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
what we were doing, what they were doing like 10, 20 years ago, that used to take months or weeks, certainly with the super subconscious and the Akashic records, you can do something and it's gone.
Yeah.
Absolutely gone. And soul contracts is a huge thing. So I know you and I want to have a laugh on this, but
Mm.
doing this work is serious work. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it can actually, well, it does, it improves people's lives, it frees people up. I completely changed my life in 6 months. I was literally clearing my own records for every day, and you can do it in 5 seconds or you can spend the hour.
yeah,
um yeah, that is like the second day of training. So
yeah,
anybody who's got a practice, or they just want to improve themselves and not keep on going to other healers, they can get all the information and clear their own records. But for other people that want to improve their practice, with their clients, you can introduce it to your own clients as well, which is, the aim of the game. We're coming into times where we're in a very small pot of people, aren't we? But
mm,
look at the billions that will need this coming up.
yeah. And
So
yeah, I agree. Like we really are in that time of, I'm starting to see it myself, obviously working in the wellness area. There's people are starting to fall apart at the seams. And they're going to need this kind of thing to support them. And I'm always saying it to our community of therapists. We have to be ready to hold that space, to be able to share our own insights and our own wisdom and things that we've gained over lifetimes, because it's not just about this life, it's about many lifetimes. And maybe we'll talk a bit about that as well. That we
yes,
have to be able to hold that space to empower people. It's not about us being the gurus, it's about us just sharing some of our wisdom and our talents in order to empower other people. And like you said, people can come to this training day, learn the skills and the techniques they need for themselves, and then obviously they can share that information with their own clients to empower them. So it's like a ripple effect that happens.
absolutely.
One question I have for you, because somebody did ask me this: Akashic record, when you're saying clearing, somebody's like, oh my God, like your Akashic record is the record of every experience your soul has had. So if you clear that, what happens? What you are talking to about clearing, it's not about clearing the record, it's about clearing the
The energy.
stagnations within it, the energies that are
Yes,
holding you back and causing
yes,
restriction. Yeah, I
yes,
just want to
absolutely.
clarify that for
Yeah.
people so they understand that you're not wiping out memory of your whole soul path
No,
experience. It's
no.
yeah,
Obviously, we went into a negative construct, and we've kept on so many negative energies where we've learned the lessons, we've had the experience, but we've kept hold of the energies within the records.
mm,
That's keeping us. That's keeping us. In fact, you can delete some stuff like programs, imprints, implants. You can get rid of all of that.
mm,
So if they're negative, but you can't, you're not changing your lives. You can't
yeah,
change
yeah,
your
yeah.
records of your lives. You can, if we've learnt the lessons and it's ready to go, we can absolutely get rid of that.
Yeah,
And the way I teach it is that it's so deep on many levels. You know, you, a lot of people need a rest after they do that first one,
yeah, yeah.
because there's so much that comes off. But yeah, and like soul contracts, it's such a big one for me. It's one I think I might have mentioned. Did I mention the lady who hadn't had a relationship like in 12 years last time?
No, tell me about
I'll,
that.
remind. Well, I'll just say that very quickly. There was this lady. She was 40 years old, and she was 28 when she got divorced, and she had had significant relationships, but she could never commit to anything. I mean, these were loving relationships, but she was so anxious with everything and got really tight and stressed out. And all we did, we didn't do the whole list. We just cleared and deleted the soul contract with her ex-husband. Within a month, sorry, within a week, she had moved to her then on-off boyfriend, and within the month, she had married him. Now,
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
pleased to say, I mean, but there's so many examples of stuff like that.
Mm.
And okay, I'm getting tingles as I talk about it. Now they're still together 3 years later. Um,
Wow.
and
Wow.
she's really happy, and that brings me joy. And I always encourage people to, once they learn how to clear the records, to do it as much as possible.
Mm.
For instance, anybody here today, you could just go into your record and say, clear everything that no longer serves me. It can be as easy as that. But because we're in this three-dimensional, it's good to use the words as well, because then our consciousness recognizes those words. And it's like a process. And that's
Yeah,
why I come up with a big script. But,
yeah,
I've had many people, I encourage people to do this. And I've had so much feedback and saying, I did what you said. I cleared my records and I was doing it every day. I haven't had a job for ages. I've now got a job. I now talk with my parents. I now do this, and that just fills you with. I know many healers get that feedback,
mm,
but we're talking about the Akashic records right now, so
yeah,
it is really life changing if people want to use it, and so we just try and make it as affordable as possible,
mm.
and
And
instead of
empowering for people as well,
empowering,
because
yes,
that's part of both of our kind of bigger mission, if you like, is to try and empower people and remind people of the power that they have and the capability they have to let go of the old imprints, the interferences, the various frequencies that are constricting their energy and expand, because we are moving into that time. But there is people that are kind of stuck, and
yes.
this is really good to help unravel them from that and then propel themselves forward with freedom and a joy and a sense of expansion.
Absolutely. And this is something we don't need to go to another healer for. I actually still go to another healer because sometimes we are actually blocking ourselves, don't we?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
good to get someone else's. But mainly you can do everything within the super subconscious and Akashic records. So that is going to be it's already powerful. And there's a lot of support there as well. So
mm.
did you have any other questions about the Akashic record training?
Training day. No, that was the only thing that somebody said to me. Oh, if you clear all your Akashic records, is it going to clear all your memory of everything that you've learned and experienced? So I
No,
said,
let's
no, I
let's
knew
just
that
get
wasn't what it was, but I just wanted to put it to you in case there's somebody listening now and going, I don't want to clear everything, but you're clearing the stuff that's holding you back and the kind of frequencies unraveled within it. You're just letting that go to really embrace your full wholeness of your soul. That's really what it's about. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
It's totally freeing. And although we might feel we're in a small pot of people, there's more people coming behind us,
yeah. Oh,
and
I
it's gonna
totally feel that.
and they're
Like
gonna
there's
need
so
our
many people.
help.
Yeah. There's so many
Um,
people that are starting to, you can see it. Like I've been out doing some events and you can see that people are on the edge, but which is really uncomfortable, because they're on the edge of just going, you know, but
yeah,
in that kind of pivotal moment of moving into their full soul path and their full soul mission, because we're here to create heaven on earth, it's that discomfort. So things like this kind of help people to just let go and to move forward with ease and grace. Because I am done with the programs of suffering,
done with it.
guys.
Yeah,
No more suffering. That is an old program. We can propel ourselves forward with ease and grace. This is what I
yeah,
affirm every day. Let it be with ease and grace. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to understand more, but with ease and grace and joy. And this is where we're going to help people do that by just
absolutely.
getting rid of some of the treacle energies around them and
Yeah,
allow them to
absolutely.
move forward. Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there, listening to this, going, "Well, I'm having a really crap time right now, and I can't see how I can get there." I was that person 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was going, how am I earth going to get from this completely depressed, negative environment to where those people that I was listening to? It seemed insurmountable. I was never going to be able to do it. But
Mm.
the Akashic Records super subconscious was going like it's really thrust me forward. And I've been doing some surrendering, but that's what we talk about within the Akashic
Yeah.
Records as well. So yeah, no, it's powerful. And so if there's anyone out there who is really drawn to it, then yeah, would love to see you.
Yeah.
And
And just as a reminder for people, just if they're watching, so that's going to be on Sunday, the 7th of July. It's in the Osprey in Naas in County Kildare, so it's very close to Dublin and it's very accessible for people all around the country because Adrian's flying in from the UK for this. And that particular one, you're going to get like a 1 day training, you're going to get some resources to take away with you. It empowers you to do it for yourself and do it for others. If you're already in a healing capacity or a healing role, that you can pass it on to some of your clients. So that's a 1 day experience 7th of July, and there's already a good few tickets sold. So, you know, if you're interested, I would book. There's an early bird as well at the moment. So yeah.
And there's a really good questions and answers support package
Yeah.
within that as well that I'll be sending out afterwards. The system works, and you just need to look on the people who've learned how to clear their records on my
Yeah.
website. You know,
Your
that's
testimonials are
yeah.
unreal. Like, so it's
um,
adrianleeenergy.com. Is that your website?
it is, yeah.
Yeah, so go on to the testimonials. Like the testimonials alone are like mind blowing,
Yeah.
which is great. And I know it brings you a lot of joy to see that. Yeah.
Oh, I when you say that, I just go full of tingles. I'm trying
Yeah.
to stay. We all need to step into our power, but also trying to stay humble at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we are all so powerful, and we've all got to step into that
Yeah.
and actually own it.
And own
Which
it. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
own it. Which
Yeah.
also brings us on to the Saturday, the 6th, I think,
Yay! The 6th,
which is
Saturday the 6th, same hotel, nice, and that's the Heart Gathering. And myself and Adrian are going to, well, you're doing most of the facilitation, and I'm going to do a little segment in it. But do you want to tell people about that? Because this is
yeah. So
a beautiful event, a Heart Gathering.
I think we'll both talk about this, but the way my my soul is from Andromeda, high heart of this whole thing, to bring in the high heart energies, and to which comes through Venus, to spread that love, because when we live in love every day, it's so much easier to live in that fifth dimension of
Mm,
love and unconditional and non-judgment.
yeah,
So we're gonna be, first of all, we're going to be doing a deep Akashic. For anybody who's not coming to the training day, we're going to be doing a deep clearing on so many levels.
yeah.
We're also going to be doing activations from the Andromedan energies, which, according to Diana Cooper and her guides, I brought that in Portugal. And if anybody has seen the photos from there, you can see the light coming in through my crown, and
I've
in
seen, yeah, I've
it's
seen those
like
pictures. Yeah, it's
it's
mad.
all.
Yeah,
And everybody is able to activate those from January of this year. So we're going to do that on the day as well.
yeah,
Um, so it's very much a healing day, but also we're going to make it fun.
yes.
So you're going to be doing some activations
I am. I'm going to do
with
the white flame activation, which is something that came in through me a couple of years ago. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And just as a little segue, because you're talking about Andromeda and stuff, I did a QHHT session
Oh,
many, many years ago, right? And I have Andromedan starseed energy,
oh, very beautiful.
which is just like, it's only just dawning on me now. I'm like, oh my God, like, because you have the Andromedan soul
Yeah.
signature, I have an Andromedan soul council signature. So that's very
Well,
interesting.
but actually, I've just gone massively tingly now, because
Yeah.
we've never talked about this ever
No,
before.
this is, yeah, I'm only sharing this for the first time with
And
Adrian now. Mm.
when I did my QHHT session, that was the first time I met at the Andromedan as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a whole image of meeting this Andromedan council. Like there was a whole big thing going on, and there was like 12 council, and I was part of that council, and it was mad, like. But
Well,
yeah,
I didn't even know what an Andromedan was when I met them, and I was going
wow,
to my facilitator going, "It's a Andromedan. What's that?" So I
wow,
didn't even know, and
wow.
and that's always proof to me when you say a word that you didn't even know existed,
That does
because
something there.
I was signing an agreement with an Andromedan.
Hmm.
Um, and then later on, Diana Cooper said, "By the way, you're from Andromeda." And it was like, "Oh, it was like, oh, am I?
Yeah,
Okay." And so it all comes together, and so it. I don't know if you notice, actually, there's now a lot of people talking about Andromeda. Before it was the Arcturians and the Palladians, but now
yeah. Andromeda's
Andromeda
coming in.
energy. And also, I'm going to be bringing in some Neptune energy as well, which has only been around for a couple of years, as I understand it.
Hmm.
And I'm now able to do that as well. So we're going to have a real good clearing and cleaning day with all of that healing, but we're also going to make it some fun, because
Of course,
I
yeah.
think we're going to
That's
have
one
some.
thing we both bring is a lot of joy. Both of us are very playful, giddy,
yeah,
joyful in our general temperament. So I think
yeah.
there will be a lot of fun and devilment.
And there will be, because
Yeah,
I did an event with Diana Cooper and Tim Wilde recently, and there was a few people there, and I did the Angels song, and they said what all the information was brilliant, but what brought it together was that Angels song,
yeah.
because everybody got up and they were singing, and so I think we'll do a few songs.
We'll do a few songs, yeah. And we might even put requests out there. If anyone has a special request for a song that we could sing, obviously appropriate to the event, But
Yeah.
yeah, no, cool. We'll do that. And that's going to be, is there anything else you want to add about that event? I mean, that's quite
What
the bigger planetary, there is a bigger planetary service work behind these events. Do you want to share a little bit about that? Or what you see it
the
as?
pla- oh God,
Bigger planetary service,
did you
gathering people together in heart coherence. There's a bigger picture here as well.
absolutely. I had when we gather together, for sure, the energies are much higher. Even I had a birthday party here just at the weekend,
And I
and
missed it.
the energy was
Yeah.
through the roof. It
Yeah.
was, and we all felt, and this was a party with alcohol, right?
Yeah.
But everybody the next day was just going, "Wow, what just happened?" And we didn't
Yeah.
even have an event. It was just we
Yeah.
were there together, gathering.
Powerful
So
beings. You had Diana Cooper at that, Pamela Gregory,
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
Edward, my friend. There's loads of really powerful people at that, like big powerhouse of souls.
But
Yeah.
we are all for they are high profile, but we got to remember we're all
All
powerful.
powerful.
We're
Absolutely. Yeah.
all powerful. So when we all get together, we activate each other as well. Anyway,
Mm.
so whoever's going to be there, they will be there for a reason. You
Yeah.
know, it will be divinely orchestrated,
Mm.
and people would just want to be there.
Yeah.
And if you're there on the that day, not only are you going to get a clearing that day, I'm going to send you the specific ones afterwards. So I've done an abundance clearing, I've done a health clearing, and a relationship clearing. I'm going to send those out to everyone who comes along on the day. And for the first 20 people who want to
What have
book
you
a
got?
ticket, here we go. They're going to get a love
Hey,
t-shirt.
it's all about the love.
And these are the hardest thing to get because they're not on sale.
They're not on sale, so you go to the first 20 people to buy
First
tickets for
20
this.
people.
Yeah, and
On
there
the
is an early bird at the moment, and you're getting great value. So you get a whole day of clearing and deep, deep healing, fun, couple of songs, first 20 people a t-shirt, and you're getting, I mean, you're sending some kind of online resources that are worth what, about €50 or something. So you're
yeah,
doing that as a
yeah.
little bonus for that.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, we all need to, make a living, so we can serve as many people. But we just want to do it as much as we can in the most possible, most affordable way we can. So
Yeah,
let's just and we'll get together and we'll have some fun and also do some very serious work at the same time, which I
yeah.
know for you and I is quite difficult to keep a straight face for more than about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? That's part of the frequencies. Like joy is a frequency in and of itself, and playfulness and innocence. These are all 5D kind of emotions and frequencies that are emanating. That's my take on it anyway. So
Yeah,
it is part
absolutely.
of the healing. But what I would say to people is, I said, you and I both know intuitively this is part of a bigger planetary service work. So it's getting people together. We're just merely the people that are kind of creating the network and obviously holding that space for people to come into their own. But if you're feeling the call, like there's going to be a massive kind of energy vortex created from this. So when you get all these heart coherent people together and you've the clearing and the joy and the expansiveness, that is creating ripples within the ether. This is helping to anchor and ground in heaven on earth. So I would say to people, if you're feeling the call, it's because your soul is being called to come to something like this, to gather together. I recently went to a breatharian conference, and it was very much like that. It was very much just everyone just felt the call, came together, and there was just epic frequencies and sharing and meeting like-minded people.
Yeah, yeah,
Because when we're
yeah.
on this awakening path, because it is awakening, because we're not awakened, it's an ongoing process. It's really important to connect with like-minded people, to feel that sense of
Absolutely.
community, because it lifts you up, it expands you up, it gives you hope, it gives you a sense of faith in a bigger picture of what's happening. So yeah, if you're feeling the call, just go for it, and I guarantee you'll have fun.
And there's probably we probably should bring it to an end, but the events that I've had, a lot of people have come and have gone, I actually didn't know why I was coming, but I thought I should come. And
Yeah.
afterwards they go, now I know why I needed to be there today.
Yeah.
And of course, they're meeting people that they don't actually know, but they know as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
of that is happening.
Yeah.
So they've been together in different lifetimes or whatever. And they go, I've met you. And they go, no, I haven't. No, I've met you. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you know
moving
each
on.
other. But I'm
Yeah,
finding that's happening, just, and I know we probably need to wrap up now, but that's happening, that it's like as if the soul tribes are starting to connect, and you just never know who you meet at these kind of events.
yeah,
I've experienced it myself. So there's people that I've met recently, and that's accelerating in more
mhm,
recent times, particularly
yeah,
this year, where you're
yeah,
meeting people and you're thinking, oh my God, these are soul tribes. There's projects being seeded with some of these people that I've met at these events that are just
yeah.
seem to be flawless and just effortless in how they're flowing. Uh, Even the way I met you.
Yeah, I was just
You know what
about
I mean?
to
It's
say,
like it was just going like so random. It was like as if, oh my God, here's my soul brother. Like straight away, it was so random. But
yeah,
look what's evolving from that initial
yeah.
meeting last year.
And that will happen to the people that, that meet at this event as well. They'll
Yeah,
go off
yeah,
and,
yeah,
they'll meet. So many people have come to the meditation. They've gone, oh, I went to the sauna with that lady I met, and it's just so beautiful in the connections. And we
yeah,
could probably bring so much love to the end of this recording, but it is, there's so
yeah.
much connections and love. I love it. I love
Yeah, it's beautiful. So look, I find myself sometimes, particularly in the last few weeks, where I just have moments where I feel like crying, but not
it.
crying from sadness, crying from sheer bliss,
Yeah,
crying at the reverence and the beauty. I'm not saying I have moments where I'm going, beam me up, Scotty, I've had enough, but like I overwhelming, more moments of crying with bliss, like of just how beautiful life is and the connections and the wonderment of life.
yeah,
This is what we're
absolutely.
moving into. This is where we're moving into. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
And again, I just want to say to anybody, because we're in that right now, but
Yeah.
that wasn't me a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Same
and
here.
I,
Yeah.
because I'd be wanting to, you know, say nasty words to that person that was saying all of that. But because that's
Yeah.
the way I was back then. But
Yeah.
once you do all this stuff and you grow and you clear and you heal, it is wonderment, and you do feel
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
I
we
do
will
feel
all
like
get
that
there.
a lot. But like I said, I won't sugarcoat it. There's not, even this morning we spoke about this. I had a bit of a wobble going. But
Yeah,
I find it's just more capacity for joy now that the more you clear, the more you look at this.
and we're
But,
getting over stuff. What we might have spent years or months getting over something before, but now it's taking weeks or days
or
or or,
seconds in
or
theory.
seconds.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So by
Magic.
doing this, yeah,
Yeah.
all this
Right.
magic.
Magic, magic, magic. So, guys, so just to wrap up then, Adrian, thanks very much for coming on. And we will do some more interviews because there's so many more stories that you could share and hints and tips you can give to people. But for now, he's coming over to Ireland on the 6th of July for a heart gathering with myself and Adrian, and all that clearing and fun and joy and just gathering that community together. And then on the 7th of July, there's a 1 day Akashic record clearing training day, which gives you the tools for you to clear your own Akashic records and share that with some of your clients as well. So have a look on the website, lakeshorewellnesscenter.com. And of course, just text us or PM us here on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you happen to see the video, or YouTube. And yeah, get in touch. But we're delighted to bring. I can't wait for you to come over and we'll have
I
a bit
can't
of
wait
crack.
either.
We might even
I,
buy a pint of Guinness.
yes, and I probably will have a pint of Guinness, and I can't wait to see some of the people that have come over to the UK as well. So thank you
Yeah,
to those guys,
yeah,
and so I look forward to seeing you guys as well. So thank you,
brilliant.
Yvonne. That's
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
lots of love, everyone.
Lots of love. And I don't know how to stop this recording.
It's called Record Stop.